Mackenzie Johnston with Cattle News Central, bringing you your June 29th cattle industry headlines. Brought to you by Circle 5 Cow School. If you're wanting to learn how to preg check your own cows or start AIing, Circle 5 Cow School is definitely the way to go. Almost every week they're hosting classes somewhere between Texas and Tennessee. They do a fantastic job. To check out their schedule, head on over to their website, circle5cowschool.com. That is the number 5 in there. Or you can go ahead and just give them a follow on Facebook. We're also sponsored by 4T Ag Insurance, your go-to contractor for ag insurance. Colt Tritt, he is the owner and operator of 4T Ag. He is a one-man show and he himself ranches, so he understands all the risks that come along with the livestock industry. If your operation is not already enrolled in PRF insurance, now would be a great time to reach out to 4T Ag and get enrolled. And to learn a little bit more about 4T Ag and check out everything they have to offer, head on over to their website, 4tag.net. That is the number 4tag.net. Drovers has reported on Monday the Supreme Court denied a petition by RCALF for consideration of its legal challenge of the beef checkoff, effectively ending the case that began 4 years ago. So back in 2018, RCALF filed a lawsuit against the Montana Beef Council, claiming that checkoff dollars funded private speech rather than government speech. The suit later expanded to include 14 other state beef councils. The Montana case was dismissed in January of 2020 when the U.S. District Court of Montana ruled in favor of USDA and the Montana Beef Council. So many thought at this time that it was the end of a 3-year legal battle that involved 15 state beef councils. However, RCALF went on to appeal this decision. Through attorneys at Public Justice, RCALF filed a new legal challenge over amendments USDA made to the operation of the federal beef checkoff program in the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia in September of 2020. In this suit, RCALF argued that the government's memoranda of understanding with the state beef councils did not cure constitutional violations in the beef checkoff program. The 9th District Court of Appeals rejected that argument, and RCALF then sought a different outcome through an appeal to the U.S. Supreme Court, and that is what has been denied. So in response to this situation, RCALF put out a press release on Tuesday. So despite the loss of this lawsuit, RCALF CEO Bill Bullard said the cattle organization is grateful for the important reforms they were able to achieve for U.S. cattle producers along the way while this suit was happening. So RCALF now plans to focus on achieving additional reforms through their second lawsuit, which alleges USDA violated the law when it entered into agreements with numerous state beef councils to assume control over those councils' messaging. We are also sponsored by Ag Risk Advisors. They manage your risk so you can manage your operation. With the weather being so unstable, there is no better time to look into coverage for your feed crops. The annual forage deadline is right around the corner. With their state-of-the-art technology and second-to-none customer service, you can be confident that your policy is in good hands. Ag Risk Advisors, risks averted, legacies preserved. So Colin Woodall, we all know him. He is the CEO of NCBA. He has weighed in on RCALF's lawsuit being denied. According to Oklahoma Farm Report, Woodall said that this ruling effectively ends yet another RCALF attack on the beef checkoff and prevents the activist attorneys at Public Justice from further diverting checkoff and beef industry resources. Woodall believes that RCALF and their attorneys have worked to divide our industry and draw attention away from the important job of beef promotion and research. I'd have to say that RCALF probably just shines a light on some of the issues in our industry that a lot of people tend to overlook. In closing, Woodall said RCALF has repeatedly attacked the beef checkoff, engaging lawyers who are closely aligned with extremist animal rights groups like PETA and others in an attempt to further their efforts. It's time that our industry stands up to RCALF and insists that the cattle organization end these attacks on the checkoff and the volunteer cattle producers who direct it. If those statements don't somewhat make you shake your head, hopefully some of the facts I'm about to lay out in front of you and some of the numbers I'm about to throw at you will. So for those of you who are unaware, which I'm sure almost everyone out there knows how this works, how the beef checkoff works, typically half of each dollar ranchers pay into the checkoff goes to the federal checkoff administrator, and that is the Cattlemen's Beef Board, the CBB. The other half goes to a state checkoff administrator, called a beef council, so a state beef council, which can opt to send some of its portion of the checkoff funds to the NCBA for national promotion projects. This money goes to the Federation of State Beef Councils. The Federation of State Beef Councils is a division of the NCBA that claims to provide a framework for a unified voice for the state councils. So that's how it all breaks down. Not specific how it all breaks down, but a quick little rundown as to how the checkoff dollars are divvied out. So states, they send a gob of money to the Federation. In my home state of Nebraska, back in 2021, we sent $1.6 million. Texas, they sent $1.4 million. Astronomical amounts of money get sent to the Federation. And then that's just a little piece of the pie when it comes to checkoff dollars that NCBA is taking in. So over recent years, on average, cattlemen have paid about $40 million into the checkoff annually. That's just on average over, let's say, the last 2 to 3 years. That's usually what the checkoff takes in every year. And again, on average, NCBA receives about 27 million of that. An incredible chunk of change. Incredible. So no wonder Woodall is standing up and applauding the fact that RCALF's lawsuit has been denied. Just imagine what his organization would look like if any of those checkoff dollars came to an end. Keep in mind, these checkoff dollars that you and I pay every time we sell cattle, those are going to this cattle organization, NCBA, who represents the packers. I believe that we need a beef checkoff. There is no doubt about it. We need to have some program that markets our product. However, it is clear as day that we do not have enough transparency and that our checkoff has become incredibly flawed. It is not right that one organization is taking in that large sum of money, especially when time and time again they have worked against cattle producers. There is definitely something wrong with the system. 1011 News out of Grand Island, Nebraska has reported that this past weekend, 3 semi-trailers full of meat products were stolen in Grand Island, Nebraska. According to the Grand Island Police, between Friday and Sunday, 2 stolen semi-tractors were used to steal 3 semi-trailers full of meat. The Nebraska State Patrol later found the 2 tractors and 2 of the trailers outside of Grand Island city limits, but the trailers, they were empty. All the beef that was in there, completely gone. The 3rd tractor was later found in Lancaster County. For those of you that do not live here in Nebraska, Lancaster County is way east. It is Lincoln, Nebraska. And the 3rd trailer, which reportedly contained almost $233,000 worth of beef from JBS, was still missing according to, as of Monday morning. So someone made off with quite a bunch of beef, to say the least. That's all I've got for you guys this morning. I hope everyone is staying cool out there. Again, it is a incredibly hot week here in central Nebraska. I will be back tomorrow morning, Thursday morning, for the final update of this week. You guys have yourselves a wonderful Wednesday. I'll catch you later.